Bro, when I got older, I mean, even from a young age, I just realized that everybody is really just wearing masks, and we're all just presumptuously performing for for nothing, really. This is just, and by this I mean the general population life. You go to work, go to the store, everybody's just wearing a mask. Just trying to fit in and fit whatever narrative it is that's being pushed in that area. Most people they're just not real. They're just not real. And what I mean by that is what I mean by that is that we live in a society where it's so easy to just fit in and be a follower and not a leader, and just do what the next person is doing just to preserve our own egos by feeling that we are wanted by this group or this society of people. They will accept me if I do this. But if I do this, am I giving away part of my soul? Is this really me? And sometimes when I'm just around in public, I be thinking that sometimes. I be thinking, is this really me? And sometimes I'm doing things, right? And I have a certain feeling about it before I go. And I mean, I'm one to say that you should always just try shit, cause it's like we're gonna fucking die one day. Just try shit, do shit, figure out if it's for you or not. So I might I might go having a thought in my mind beforehand, like, bro, I don't think this shit for me. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go anyways, and then the gut feeling just becomes more gut wrenching, and then I'm like, yeah, I gotta leave. Or like, I don't like, this shit is just like, what are we doing? Like, this shit isn't for me. And it feels like that everywhere I go, bro. Like, once I started this just self-inflicting discovery of myself, it gets harder and harder to fit in. And I guess that's part of the point, because individuality is supposed to be unique. You're not supposed to fit in anywhere. And like, I realized that it doesn't even really have anything to do with my external and my physical appearance most of the time, because I've been in environments before and even now where you might look the same as everybody, you might have the same hairstyle, clothes. It doesn't matter, because you can never run away from who you are on the inside. And that shit is always gonna show when you're around people, or when you're trying to be something you're not. And I mean, for me, I can only speak for myself. It doesn't work. It never works when I'm trying to be somebody I'm not. And I've been in that position, because as a young kid, especially as a young kid, we wanna fit in. We need community. We're humans at the end of the day. We're humans, so we want to fit in. We want people to hang around. We want, our ego wants to be fed that idea of community and being wanted. Is perfectly normal in the human brain, but I've gone to a point where I can't do that anymore. You know, if something is not for me, it's not for me. And that's just the realization that I'm starting to realize. But it also is another thing that certain things, it's something else when you're influenced by the group around you. But that's only slightly. That's only slightly. At the core of it, you're still gonna be you. At the core of it, certain things are not gonna change no matter where you go. But on the other hand, it gets a little bit, it's almost the best example, the best way I can put it is a stone being carved or something. Yeah, like a stone being carved, or iron sharpening iron, you know. At the core of it, that material is going to be the same. It's the same material. It's a stone. It's a marble stone. But I can make the marble stone into a countertop, but that countertop is still marble. See what I'm saying? So that's really how I look at life, bro. It's like once we're born, we're just born into these solid not particles, these solid materials. You know, we're just a rock. We're a stone or a granite rock, and then we're just moving through the cutter. We're moving through the cutter, and we just change shapes, but at the core, we're still the same. We're still the same. And that's one thing I realized. It's just moving through my life, because there are certain things in me that I think back to myself that I changed, but at the same time I haven't. So it's just very strange. It's just very strange. And I also wonder if I intentionally put myself in certain predicaments because it's just hardwired in my brain. I don't know if I'm ever gonna if I'm ever going to fill whatever void it is. I know it's never gonna happen with material things or things that feed the flesh. It's never gonna be filled. I think it does, but it's not, because once I get to that point, there's more. There's more. Theoretically, there's more, but there is no more because there's something else that needs to be fixed. But I don't really know what it is. And nobody's perfect at the end of the day, so it's like I could just die and I never figured out what's missing. But then again, if something was missing from the start, then is it even possible to fill that hole 30 years down the line, 20 years down the line? Is it even possible? Or is it a piece that you needed in your adolescence? Was it something that was required from birth, or was it just meant to be?